second game in a row and secure at least a series win versus these guys before their matchup tomorrow. We're going into the bottom of the 10th inning with a runner in scoring position. Let's see if the White Sox can lock up this game right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's start the show.
All right, what's the word, Chicago baseball fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. I am your boy, Big Bro. You can definitely follow me on Twitter at KevinAlbert0207. And of course, you can hit us up at 773-389-6954 and Chicago Baseball Central at gmail.com. White Sox are headed into the bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 1 apiece versus the Detroit Tigers. Man, we're trying to see if we can knock up this win and lock up the series versus these guys, get that 2 out of 3 and start the month of June 2-0. It's exciting to see these guys in a close matchup. Who we got on second base trotting out? I think it's Yoan Moncada. Yep, Moncada at second base in scoring position. Jose Cisnero with his four-seam fastball looking to punch out the White Sox and force another inning. So far, this game, both runs, I don't think I've ever seen this happen, but both runs were scored on wild pitches. White Sox trying to get Moncada from second to third to home. Let's go. We got Romy the Homie Gonzalez at bat. Let's see if he can get this game over with with the first at bat. Let's get it. Moncada on second, Gonzalez at bat, Cisnero with his second pitch coming, 1-0 count. He gets the bunt down. Man over. White Sox sitting at third, 90 feet away, game-winning run. Romy the Homie taking care of business. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Did not have a play at third. So now we got Gavin Sheets. Gavin Sheets coming up to bat. All he got to do is make contact and get this game over. Sacrifice fly or contact. White Sox trying to move up in the standings. They're sitting at 24 and 35. Detroit is at 26 and 29. Sweeping Detroit will put the White Sox in a virtual tie with these guys, at least from the win in the win column. Sheets swings and misses at a 97-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. No, it's Grandal. Why did I say Sheets? Oh, no, Grandal's at bat. There you go. Grandal 0-1. 0 for 3 for the day. 0-1 is the count. Setting up kind of high. Swings through another four-seam fastball with quickly behind 0-2. With Gavin Sheets on deck. See if the White Sox can get this win. Come on, just make contact, Grandal. Let's go. Grandal fights off another fastball. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us right here on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. White Sox trying to take game 2 of a 3-game set and at least secure a series win to start the month of June. Change up high and outside, 1-2 count. Chicago sports fan. Yes, I am a fan of both teams. I grew up watching the White Sox and the Cubs just based on family allegiances. My grandfather was a Cubs fan. My uncle was a Cubs fan. I was a White Sox fan watching Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura, all those guys. And I started really liking the Cubs when they had Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor, all those guys. And I just didn't think I'm just one of those people from Chicago who just doesn't have that north side, south side allegiance like that. But I understand it. There's a lot of beef out there and, to each their own. But me, I follow both teams. I pay attention to them both really closely. And I like the squads, man. And hopefully one day we'll get to see a White Sox and Cubs World Series in which I will be rooting for the White Sox in that. But outside of when they play each other, I root for both teams. How about you, Chicago sports fan? Grandal still fighting off pitches. 1-2 is the count. Cisnero offers another changeup low and outside. Grandal's showing great plate discipline. He knows how important it is to make contact and get this run in so we can get this game over in this series win. 1-1 is the game. Bottom of the 10th. Man on third. Ooh, swings at fights off another four-seam fastball that was inside on the hands. 2-2 is still the count with Moncada on third base. White Sox trying to close out Detroit in today's game. Cisnero knows what he has to do. He got to get it over. Got to fan this guy. His fastball has been working early. Cutter on the inside fought off again. Good at bat. Let's go. Good at bat. That cut fastball could have got him too because it was across the plate. He just got the ball hit the bat, right on the top of the ball, off the ground into the face mask of the bat catcher. 9 pitches in the bat, 5 foul balls. So Yaz is looking to end this game. He is not just trying to hit a sacrifice fly, even though that would be nice too. Let's go. Fights off another four-seam fastball, 98 miles per hour. Now this is 12 pitches in the inning so far for Cisnero, 10 pitches in the at-bat. As Romy the homie got the bunt down to move the runner from second to third. It's like they setting up for high and inside. Ooh, another four-seamer. And it just not good enough. It was on the infield. Moncada didn't even try to go. 2 out. Bottom of the 10th. Man on third. Here comes the Detroit Tigers skipper. Man, it would have been nice to see him get a hit out of the infield at least. But I guess this guy is a ground ball pitcher. We're going to see how they pitch Gavin Sheets, because we know that Gavin Sheets can definitely take care of business. Oh, they just decided to go ahead and walk him. Intentionally walk Gavin Sheets. So now you got runners at the corners. And Jake Burger at bat. One swing of the bat can go ahead and knock this. Let's get a 3-run home run. Let's get a 3-run Burger blast from my guy. Burger with 11 home runs on the season. The 12th would look real nice, and he is just swinging at anything. That sinker was up and outside, and he swung right through it. Gavin Sheets on first base. Moncada at third. Burger at bat. 1-1 tie. Bottom of the 10th. Ooh, sinker hit him. He hit him. Oh, he hit him. Now the bases are loaded. Bottom of the 10th inning. White Sox with a chance to take care of business. Ugh. It looked like it hit the barrel of the bat. Yeah, he got him. He got him like right on his fist. Looks like. Ugh, that gotta suck, man. I never want to get hit with a baseball coming in 100 miles per hour. Jeez. I wonder if they're gonna give him the base because they're saying that it hit the bottom. It looks like it hit the bottom of the barrel of the bat, like right here. So there's a chance that they're not even going to give him that base. The manager's challenging that call of a hit by pitch. So we're going to see what happens here. But if it stands as a hit by pitch, then Burger, he'll probably be taken out for a pinch runner. Then it'll be bases loaded, bottom of the 10th with the White Sox with a chance to go ahead and knock out Detroit for the second game of this series. They overturned the call. The ball did not hit the batter. It just hit the bat. Oh, no. Okay. Looks like they didn't call it a hit by pitch, and now they overturned it to be a hit by pitch, and it is a bases loaded for the White Sox. Okay. Of course, while I'm on YouTube, I can't have the volume up, so I had no idea what they were saying. Tim Anderson kind of been struggling a little bit this season. This is his chance as the leader of this team. He's 1 for 4 today. He gets a hit right here. The game's over. Up, wild pitch. It's going to be another wild pitch score. I've never seen anything like this. The White Sox just win the game on a walk-off wild pitch in the bottom of the 10th inning. I can't believe it. All 3 runs scored on wild pitches. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. The White Sox take down the Detroit Tigers 2-1 in the bottom of the 10th at home to take the series and start the month 2-0. Now they have one more game tomorrow, but they've secured the series win, which is, it just feels good to go ahead and get a series win and start the month. Yesterday on my video, I was saying how the White Sox have a tough schedule after this series, so they definitely want to sweep these guys, get to 26 wins, and then take it from there. That pitch was so wild that it hit the umpire right in the face mask, and he went down like Mike Tyson punched him. Let's go. Game over, Steely E. That's what I'm talking about. I can't believe it. Have you ever seen anything like this? 3 wild pitch scores as the only runs in the entire game? I've never seen anything like this. Let's get it. So this man follows up, hitting the batter with hitting the umpire. White Sox take the game 2-1. Didn't have to hit the ball to score. Shout out to those guys for getting this win today. I don't care. We take wins however we can get them. We can take these wins however we can get them. The White Sox got to get some type of momentum with their full complement of players back. I'm not sure if Eloy Jimenez continued his hit streak. It was at 13 games. My bad, I just got home from work. Benintendi scored on a wild pitch. McKinstry scored on a wild pitch for Dylan Cease. And Moncada scored on a wild pitch from Cisnero. That has to be the craziest scoring summary that I've ever seen in baseball. All right, White Sox win 2-1. 3 hits, 1 run, no errors from the Detroit Tigers. 4 hits, 2 runs, no errors from the White Sox. And then we got a game tomorrow against these guys. The White Sox move to 25-35. Detroit falls to 26-30. White Sox have tomorrow. There's an opportunity for them to get their 26th win, and depending on what Cleveland does, move into 3rd place at least and start putting a little bit more pressure on the top of this division with the Minnesota Twins sitting at 31-27, and they're on a 3-game winning streak. So we got to get our wins however we can. White Sox start the month of June 2-0. And before we do a quick recap and I get up out of here, around the league, you got Philly versus Washington in the bottom of the 3rd. Washington with 2 on, 2 outs. Philly up 2-0. You got the Texas Rangers at home versus Seattle in the top of the 3rd. Seattle has a man on with no outs, but Texas leads that game 6-1. The White Sox face them real soon. And Pittsburgh leads St. Louis in a rain delay. St. Louis leads Pittsburgh in a rain delay 1-0. LA and Houston are tied 1-1 in the top of the 3rd. Looks like LA has a man on 3rd with 1 out. And then we got Colorado leading Kansas City in the top of the 3rd 5-1. Milwaukee is leading Cincinnati 4-1 in the end of the 2nd inning. Miami is playing the Oakland A's, and they lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. Toronto and New York are tied at 0 in the top of the 2nd. And then you got earlier today, Boston took down Tampa Bay. Look like they kind of struggling on the road now, 8-5. Tampa Bay is a good home team, but they haven't really been doing too well on the road. And that was the first game of a doubleheader. The second game of that one was later tonight. And then you got a bunch of games later: Cleveland versus Minnesota, New York versus the Dodgers, Baltimore versus San Francisco, Atlanta versus Arizona, and the Cubs versus the San Diego Padres to wrap up the night. So there you have it. The White Sox take care of business today, man. Dylan Cease, he didn't get the win, but he definitely pitched pretty well. He had 5 1/3 in his pitch, 2 hits given up, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts on 99 pitches. So yeah, I'll take that over a loss. Tim Anderson was 1 for 4. Benintendi, he hasn't really been doing that well so far this season. But today he was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Luis Roberts Jr. has been struggling. He was 0 for 4 today. Jimenez 0 for 4 today. Moncada 0 for 4 today, but he did have a run scored. Andrew Vaughn was 1 for 3. Romy Gonzalez came in and pitched ran, and he moved the runner over to third base to start the 10th at the bottom of the 10th. Yasmani Granzal was 0 for 4. Sheets was 0 for 2. Andrews 0 for 2. And Berger 0 for 1. So the bats were quiet today for the White Sox. But hey, we will take wins whenever we can get them over here. Now, before I dip up out of here, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us. What's up, Ray Love? I see you, my guy. It's your boy, Big Bro. We over here with Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. Y'all already know how we do over here on the Central channels, man. We appreciate the fans. We're the voice of the people. We definitely rock with you guys. I want to show you guys the first strikeout of the season for Liam Hendriks. Check him out.
Crowd trying to push him across that first strikeout. 3-2. There it is. Save that baseball.
And you definitely know he's saving that baseball, man. Welcome back to the team after fighting cancer and winning, uppercutting it. Liam Hendriks is getting grounded back into form. Got his first strikeout of the season today, and of course, that's just the first of many. So there you have it, man. He made his second appearance and got his first strikeout. Good for him, man. The Chicago White Sox get the win versus Detroit Tigers. We definitely gonna see you guys tomorrow for that, for the game 3, and hopefully it's gonna be a sweep of the Detroit Tigers after the White Sox lost, I believe, 3 out of 4 last week to these guys. They're getting that get back, and then we don't see them again until September, I believe. So that's what's up. All right, I'm your boy, Big Bro. Y'all already know I'm not going to hold you. Baseball already too long as it is, the seasons and the games, even though the games have been shortened. I do love the pitch clock. I hope y'all like it too. I like the faster games. But we're going to get up out of here. Don't forget to follow the rest of the Central family, Chicago Bulls Central, Bears Central, Sky Central, NBA Central. And, of course, we have this Cognac game with the Shy Bulls podcast with C-Dub and Bobby. If you're just joining us, the Chicago White Sox take down the Detroit Tigers 2-1 in a game where every single run that was scored for either team was on a wild pitch. And the last one was the wildest of them all. It followed Jake Berger being hit by a pitch, and then the very next pitch, or like maybe the second pitch after that, it was a wild pitch that hit the umpire right in the face. Moncada came across the score on that wild pitch, and the White Sox take a 2-1 win. Hopefully the bats start waking up, because we can't keep hoping that the other team makes mistakes for the White Sox to get wins. The Cubs play way too late tonight. I got to work early in the morning, but I will be posting highlights and shorts and things like that from that game. Hopefully they can get game 2 versus San Diego as well, because they got their first win yesterday. They're in the 4-game set, so they're trying to take game 2 versus these guys on their West Coast swing, and we're going to holler at y'all later. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the #1 place for